welcome back to The Flash. Now, we're checking out the conclusion of the return of Barry Allen today, alright? This is one of the biggest storylines in Mark Waid's Flash run. Now, to get you caught up to speed, we have Barry Allen. He returned. After dying in Crisis on Infinite Earths, he returned to the Twin Cities of Central and Keystone. Now, he betrayed Wally West, then fought off against Jay Garrick, Max Mercury, Johnny Quick, actually almost killed Jay Garrick, and it's just been causing havoc across the cities. Now, Wally West figured out that this wasn't actually Barry Allen. It was Barry's oldest foe, his deadliest villain, the Reverse Flash. Now, we're gonna find out why the Reverse Flash is here in this issue, and we'll find out why he actually became the biggest foe of the Flash. But what we'll also see is this epic battle between the new Flash, Wally West, and the Reverse Flash. Who will win, and how will this storyline come to an end? We'll find out now as we dive into The Flash, number 79. We begin at the Flash Museum. Reverse Flash runs at Wally West. He tries to punch Wally, but Wally dodges the punch. Now, that's when Wally charges at Reverse Flash, but Reverse Flash kicks him over his head. Now, that's when Wally tries to punch, but Reverse Flash catches his fist in his hand and punches him in the face back. Wally falls to the ground, but he gets back up and says, "You're dead." Now, Reverse Flash says, "No. You're dead." Wally says, "Years ago, Uncle Barry killed you, snapped your neck in order to save an innocent woman's life. I saw it with my own eyes. So how'd you do it, you bastard? How'd you pull off your own resurrection? In order to torment me?" Now, Reverse Flash throws Wally to the ground and says, I didn't come back from the dead, and I didn't come for you." Now, he kicks Wally in the face, but Wally says, "But..." Now, Wally on the ground, Reverse Flash above him. Reverse Flash says, "You're ahead of your time, kid. Or rather, you're ahead of mine. I've never met Barry Allen, at least not yet." But Wally says, "What?" Now, Reverse Flash starts running around him, doesn't say anything, until he asks this question to Wally. "Ever been to the 25th century? I didn't think so. You wouldn't like it there, Wally." Now, I could use to say how there's no heroes left in the 25th century. There's so much technology that protects and causes order, and actually keeps order in society. There's no need for heroes at all. Now, Eobard Thawne, though, he was quite disappointed in this, and Wally actually looks at him. And Eobard Thawne says, "Disappointed?" Wally says, "Disbelieving. Keep talking." Now, Reverse Flash says, "Ever been to the 25th century? I didn't think so. You wouldn't like it there, Wally. It's a cold place." Now, Reverse Flash continues to say how in the 25th century, there's all technology. Order was in society, but there's no heroes. There's no need for heroes. And Reverse Flash says, "Disappointed?" But Wally responds, "Disbelieving. Keep talking." Now, Reverse Flash says how he looked up to the heroic age in the 20th century. He looked up to the Batman, the Superman, but most of all, the Flash. Now, he says, "I worshipped him, and no matter that, he'd been dead 500 years. I agreed for him. He was my hero. He is my friend." Now, he said how he looked into everything about Barry Allen, the Flash. He found the biography. Eventually, he started trying to become the Flash. Try to become a hero. He started getting these certain things to become this new Flash. Now, he found a device, a time-traveling device of Barry Allen. This device was the Cosmic Treadmill. Suddenly, my wildest fantasy was within reach. I could journey to a time before Barry Allen's death. Meet my hero, tell him just how much he meant to me, provided I could acquire the super speed abilities necessary to activate the treadmill. Wally tries to attack Reverse Flash, but he throws Wally over his head to the ground. Now, Reverse Flash tells him how he went through years of pain. He lost many years to become a speedster. Now he says, it was worth it. Who wouldn't give absolutely anything for the chance to become Barry's friend and partner? Now, Wally picks up a rock. He says, who indeed? Now, Reverse Flash says how he got a Flash costume. He found the biography. He got on the treadmill. He started going through time. He ran on this treadmill. Now, he finally made it to the past. His whole costume just ripped to shreds, and the biography was left in the alley. But he didn't make it to a time before Barry's death. It was a couple years afterward. It was during the time where Wally fought off against Dr. Alchemy, which was a couple weeks ago in this time. So, Reverse Flash decided that he'd go to the Flash Museum. He saw the statue of Barry Allen, the Flash, and he was very happy to see all his memories. Now, he says to Wally, "I thought I died and gone to heaven." Wally throws this rock. Reverse Flash hits it, destroys the Yarashatang. He says to Wally, "Don't do that again." Now, Reverse Flash could choose to say, "Clearly I have been hand-chosen by fate to give Barry Allen a new lease on life, to amend the tragedy of his death, to take his place in history and continue his glorious career." Wally says, clearly. Reverse Flash started going through the Flash Museum, saw the Trickster, Captain Cold, all these villains. But finally he made it to the exhibit of Flash's greatest foe, Professor Zoom, the Reverse Flash. Now he sees how the Flash had to kill this villain. The only reason was because Reverse Flash was the deadliest villain. He couldn't be stopped, and Flash had to break his code anyway, right? Now, Eobard Thawne was like, "Okay, whatever, this is fine, it's cool." But finally he found out the real name of Reverse Flash. The real name of this villain was his own. It was Eobard Thawne. Now, he said, no, he sees that Flash killed him in the future. He's like, this will not happen. Now, he started to try to take away his identity. He started to say, "Barry Allen, Barry Allen, Barry Allen." Now, he went outside, he saw the Flash statue, and he got in his mind that he was Barry Allen. Now, Wally says to Reverse Flash, "So that's what happened. You took refuge in a fantasy personality, supplementing your true self inside a grand delusion. You genuinely believed you were Barry. Green Lantern's ring said you were telling the truth, and in a sense, you were. That's how you fooled us all, by fooling yourself. So, why are you telling me all this?" Reverse Flash smiles and says, "Isn't it obvious? Because we both want the same thing out of life, Wally. A chance to fill Barry Allen's boots. Think about it. We're a lot alike. You might even call us brothers." Now, Wally goes to attack, but he can't fight off against Reverse Flash because this villain is too fast. Now, Wally says, "Maybe, except for one thing. Evil will out, Thawne. You overreached yourself. Your maniac zeal to establish yourself as the one only Flash splintered your demented facade. You got your wish. God help us all. You were the Flash for a while, but the game is over. You have to return to your rightful era. You know that." Now, Reverse Flash hits Wally back into a wall and says, "On the contrary, I'm not going anywhere. The moment I return to the future, I'm one step closer to my final fates. But here, in 1993, I'm forever out of Barry Allen's murderous reach. So long as I stay in your time, I can never die." Now, he starts to run. "I know your plan. The only way you can send me away is with this. But not if I destroy it first." Reverse Flash goes to destroy the cosmic treadmill. He goes to hit it, but Wally says, "You can't. Demolish it now, it won't be around the 25th century, and without it, you'll never have made it the trip here." Now, Reverse Flash says to Wally, "You're babbling." Now, Wally points at him, "And you're changing history." Now, Reverse Flash smacks Wally and says, "No, that's nonsense. You're trying to confuse me with clever paradoxes. But I'm here, in the flesh. Nothing can change that." Now, Wally says, "Okay, maybe you're right. Then go ahead. Total the damn thing. Destroy the holy grail of Flash collectibles. See if I care." Now, Reverse Flash grits his teeth and he runs at Wally. He says, "Fine, you win. Enjoy it while you can." He starts to hit Wally countless of times. He's about to kill him. But that's when Green Lantern comes through the wall of the Flash Museum with Johnny Quick and Max Mercury. "You are a Thawne," Green Lantern says. "Get away from him." And that's when Reverse Flash is trapped in this construct of a prison cell. He says, "And in charges the cavalry." Imagine that! The mighty Green Lantern thinks he has me caged. Did you think I'd forget our previous battle, Hal? Or that your fabled power ring has no effect on yellow objects? Now, Reverse Flash goes to the construct and punches Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, in the face. "You are a crack. he continues to say, "You wound me, old friend, or better yet, I wound you." Now, that's when Max Mercury uses his speed to create a tornado and hits Reverse Flash up. But Reverse Flash says, and look who else is here, Johnny Quick and Max Mercury, the also-rans. Now, he starts to swing his arms, causes another tornado, and takes out Johnny Quick and Max Mercury. He says, "Stop wasting my time with your petty tricks. I'm faster than either of you. I'm faster than any of you." Now, he kicks Johnny Quick in the face. You're wham! And actually, in the process, he actually kicked Max Mercury as well. He says, "I'm the fastest man alive." Now, Hal Jordan Green Lantern tries to get all these rocks with his constructs and tries to hit Reverse Flash. He says, "Not after today, you maniac. Maybe I can't touch you directly with my beam, but I can pin you down." He hits Reverse Flash into a wall with all these rocks. You hear a thump. But that's when Reverse Flash says, "Nice try, but haven't we gone through this before? Nothing holds a man who can vibrate through solid matter." Now, Max says, "Stop him! Don't let him!" Now, Reverse Flash starts to go through the wall. He says, "Get away, too late, I'm gone." But my work is far from finished. Sooner or later, I'll be back to rub Wally West out of the picture, just as I have Jay Garrick. He smiles as he disappears. Now, Wally comes up to the other heroes. He says, "Jay, what happened to Jay?" Now, we go to the hospital. We see Jay Garrick. His leg is broken in 6 places. And his wife Joanne says, "I don't know that he'll ever run again." Now, that's what Jay Garrick says. Don't listen to my wife, Wally. She's a pessimist. She also underestimates the recuperative powers of a super speedster. It may not heal perfectly, but it'll heal. Wish I'd been at the museum, though. I'd have cleaned Thawne's clock. Now, Hal Jordan says, "Easier said than done, Jay. I joined the fight as soon as I could, but Thawne still escaped us. My fault, I let my anger override my judgment." Now, Jay smiles and looks at Johnny Quick. Anger. That's what it's all about, isn't it? The Thawne I knew hated Barry, and now we know why. Johnny Quick says, "The question is, what are we going to do about it?" Now, Wally comes up to them and says, "We aren't going to do anything. This is my fight. I owe him for twisting the memories of Barry and of Aunt Iris." And that's when Johnny Quick says, "That's right. I've forgotten. Professor Zoom killed Iris in cold blood, didn't he?" Now, Wally says, "According to history, and up until now, history was Thawne's best weapon, thanks to his biography. It was his knowledge of the intimate personal details from Barry and Iris' life together that made Thawne so convincing." It's fascinating read. Not all of it survived, the trip through time of course, but the book still bears a copyright date, which proves it was written, will be written just a few short years from now. Now, Johnny Quick says, "Really? By who? Didn't I see an author credit here?" Now, Johnny Quick looks to the author of this book. He says, "But he's shocked." Now, Wally continues to say, "I know, I'm not sure what it means either, but it's the only good news to come out of this whole situation. In the end, it's the only thing that might save Zoom from the blind fury of vengeance. Jay, take care of this. It's important to me." Wally gives the biography of Barry Allen to Jay Garrick. "Listen to me, I'm not going to say this twice. Thawne doesn't care about any of you. He's after me. Now he's crippled Jay and tried to trash Barry's reputation. I'm the only other target left to him. That makes it personal. I have to beat Thawne one-on-one. Not just for my own sake, but for everyone who ever called himself the Flash." Now, that's what Hal Jordan says. "I admire your courage." Max says, "Very well. What can we do?" Wally says, "You can stand at the right. If I go down, don't let the city pay for my failure. Barry himself taught me that history can't be changed. Whatever happens, Thawne must eventually return to the 25th century with no memory of our battle, in order to live out his destiny as the Reverse Flash. Trust me, I'd give anything to end his career right now, to kill him. But if he doesn't go back, all of history will change in ways we can't imagine, and not necessarily for the better." Johnny Quick says, "Alright, but but that doesn't mean he can't return with your blood on his hands. Wally, you're talking suicide. Physically, you're no match for Thawne's speed. Now, as we see on TV, we see Linda Park. She's having this show, right? Now, Wally says true, but I think faster than him, and that might make all the difference. Everything is in the mind. Isn't that what you preach, Max? Max says, I told you that fear is what's dampening your own speed. Fear of replacing Barry Allen by becoming his equal. And he says, if you don't face that fear before Thawne draws you into combat, you don't have a prayer of survival. Now, that's what we see on TV. Linda Park is talking to this other guy, right? About the Renegade Flash, Reverse Flash. But that's when Linda's host is then he dies out of nowhere because Reverse Flash comes into the studio and puts his hand right through this man's chest, and that's when this man screams as he dies and falls in the depths. Now Linda just is shocked. She stands up and Reverse Flash gets the microphone and says, "Isn't that the truth? Please don't be fooled by the change in costume colors. I am indeed what was it you called me? Renegade Flash, you seek." And he goes up to Linda Park, pulls her close. He says, no longer should Central C blame his grip of terror on a hero long dead. Know now and forever that Eobard Thawne, Professor Zoom, is your true champion of injustice. He pulls Linda close and he takes off his mask. Linda is afraid. Now, Thawne says, here, take a good look at the face that has become the Flash's worst nightmare. And speaking of the Scarlet Speedster, where is that coward hiding out? Perhaps you have some idea, Linda. Surely you don't mind if I pick your brain. Now he's about to kill Linda Park. Hal Jordan says, good God, he's going to kill her. We got to move. Wally, which way to the studio? He looks back, but Wally is already gone. Now we see Reverse Flash gets closer to picking Linda's brain, but Wally runs across the sea at super speed, and eventually he makes it. He saves his girlfriend, Linda Park. Now Reverse Flash says, well, it's about time. I thought you'd never get here. Now Wally has Linda Park close. And that's when they start fighting. Wally punches Reverse Flash in the face, but Reverse Flash punches him multiple times, kicks him in the face, elbows him in the back. He hits Wally to the ground. Now, Wally tries to fight back, but he's bleeding. He's getting hurt a lot. Reverse Flash says, no Green Lanterns, no Max Mercurys. This time it's just you and me. Wally falls to the ground defeated. Reverse Flash says, and it's about to just be me. You hear a thump as Reverse Flash slams Wally's head into the ground. Now, Reverse Flash smiles and says, once you're out of my way, I really will make the sea forget Barry Allen. From now on, when they remember the Flash, they'll remember me. He starts to run away. He says, you still have a problem with that? Then follow me, kid. We have not yet begun our fights. Now, Linda goes to Wally. She says, Wally, oh God, Wally. Wally, stay down. The ambulance is coming for the mayor. Let them look at you. Wally stands up. He says, no time. That thought you said you had, that I might not be able to stop him on my own, put it out of your head. He kisses his girlfriend, Linda Park. She's crying, but Wally grits his teeth. He runs off to face off against his greatest enemy. Now, Wally and Reverse Flash run through the city, but that's when Wally eventually makes it to Reverse Flash, and he hits Reverse Flash in the back of the head. You hear a wham! Now, Reverse Flash falls to the ground, tumbles to the ground, but that's when Wally gets the helmet of Jay Garrick. He throws that Reverse Flash, you're like, kush, but Reverse Flash catches it. Now, they start to exchange blows as they punch each other in the face. Now, Wally keeps punching Reverse Flash. He starts to overwhelm this villain. Reverse Flash is shocked. He's surprised that Wally is actually getting the better of him. Wally's finally gotten into his mind that he's not replacing his mentor, Barry Allen. He's becoming his own version of the Flash. He's coming faster, and he's going to save the sea. He's going to save everyone from the Reverse Flash. Now, Reverse Flash runs off. He tries to get away, but Wally hits Reverse Flash into this Flash statue. Yeah, for-tham! And that's when Reverse Flash throws the Flash symbol at Wally, but Wally catches it. You're a thack. Now, it's not about speed anymore, it's about endurance. Which speedster will last the longest? Now, Wally loses his footing as he slips in the rain. He says no. Reverse Flash hits him in the stomach with one of the legs of the Flash statue. Yo, wham! Wally falls to the ground. Reverse Flash goes up to him to finish him. He says, I'll give you this, West. You run one hell of a race. But now it's over. He goes to kill Wally. He says, you are his prodigy. Everything that remains of him is in you. Once you're dead, Barry Allen is gone forever. Say goodbye, Flash. Say goodbye to Barry Allen. Now, Wally, all he needs is 1 second. He needs a miracle. Now, that's when lightning strikes from the sky at the Reverse Flash. You're a krakoom! And that's when Wally, he's happy, says, thank you. And he starts punching Reverse Flash in the face multiple times. Reverse Flash says, stop. And Wally says, this is close to the finish line. Forget it. And that's when Reverse Flash falls to the ground. He says, please, no more. You can't do this to me. Wally says, oh yeah? Reverse Flash says, not to me. I'm Barry Allen. And Wally pulls Reverse Flash close. He says, is that so? Mister, I knew Barry Allen, and believe me, you're no Barry Allen. Wally punches Reverse Flash in this double page spread, this huge image. Reverse Flash falls to the ground. He begs for his life. Wally says, you're a pathetic little man who's finally gained what he deserves. How does it feel, Thawne? How does it feel to become a victim of your own obsession? He smacks Reverse Flash in the head. You're a thwack. And Reverse Flash falls to the ground again. Now, Wally says, welcome to Thesaurus Theater. You shook me right down to the ground, you rat bag. And if you think this hurts, rest assured, it's not a fraction of the pain you put me through. Now, Reverse Flash says, finish me off. Wally says, kill you? Put you out of your misery? You don't know what tempting offer that is. Right here, right now, no way. Why let you off so easy? He runs and gets the cosmic treadmill and gets it close to the Reverse Flash. He says, after all, wasn't it you who reminded me that all history is at my disposal, thanks to the treadmill? Maybe I'll use it to give you a taste of your own cruelty. Maybe I'll visit you when you were a young man and terrorize you the way you terrorized me. Or maybe I'll just kill you in your crib. Now, he starts riding the treadmill and Reverse Flash screams, no! And then he screams a more, no! And that's when he gets on the treadmill and he disappears into time. And we see the treadmill with smoke coming out of it. Now, Wally says, sucker. Now, Hal Jordan Green Lantern comes in and smiles with Johnny Quick and Max Mercury at his side. He says, nicely done. You didn't actually time travel, I take it? Now, Wally smiles and says, no, frankly, I'm not sure I'm up to it. But I was able to hop off the treadmill so quickly that even Thawne couldn't see me hide. I tricked him. I set the time controls for the year 2460 and prodded his own terror into fueling the trip home. Now, Max says, so that's it? Thawne can't plague us anymore. Wally says, not us. No, we're safe. He won't even recall having been here. Now, Johnny Quick says, how can you be so sure? Wally says, because the space-time continuum isn't collapsing around us. We see Thawne. He returns to his regular time, and he sees his symbol, the Reverse Flash symbol, but he doesn't remember the fight with Wally West. He will die at Barry Allen's hands. He will die eventually. But for now, he's back where he's from. He's back in the 25th century. Now, Hal Jordan says, I used to say he was the greatest hero I ever known. He looks at a picture of Barry Allen. He continues to say, but that was before I saw a man put his life on the line just to preserve his legend. Now, Wally says, it was a debt of honor. And Hal says, then market paid in full. Come on, let's go home. Now we go to the epilogue. And we see Wally. He's hanging out with Linda Park, his girlfriend. He's having a good day. He beat the greatest villain that Flash ever knew. Now, Hal Jordan, he's off doing his own thing. Max Mercury, he's off with the wind. We know that Johnny Quick went back to his corporation. Everything is going well. And what's best is nobody's calling Wally West Jr. anymore. Wally says, it took me a long time, But I finally come into my own. We see 2 Flash statues, one for Barry Allen and one for Wally West. Linda shows Wally, and she's happy. Wally's happy too. Now, he starts to walk through the city, and he looks at the biography of the Flash, and we see that this book is written by Iris West. She will return in a couple years, and that actually helps Wally. It's really nice. Wally thought she was dead. He knows that Barry's dead for sure, for now, right, in this storyline, but to know that Iris, his Aunt Iris, the one that he looked up to when he was a kid, it will be alive, will come back, really makes him happy. Now, Wally gets the book, and Max told him that the end of his story is in that book. It's written by Iris. But Wally thinks, and he says, forget. If there's an end to my story, I don't want to know it. History is something captured and owned by the pages of a book. But the future belongs to me. Now he holds Linda Park close as he looks out into the twin cities of Central and Keystone. He smiles, and the story concludes with him saying, "My name is Wally West. I am the Flash." So yeah guys, that was the return of Barry Allen. The full story guys, we just finished it off with this final issue of issue number 79 of Mark Waid's Flash run. And guys, Mark Waid wrote this whole storyline very well. I had so much fun explaining it to you guys, and I appreciate all you guys who are listening right now. If you made it to the end of this video, yeah, you made it to the end of the storyline, I appreciate all you, because for one, you're a Flash fan, but also that you stayed to listen to my narration of it, and I really enjoy that, and I like you guys' comments down below, just talking with other Flash fans about the storyline. Now, some cool things about this. Reverse Flash. Let's talk about him, alright? He was the one to be revealed as pretty much being an imposter of Barry Allen. Now, let's talk about first Reverse Flash, alright? Now, he was revealed to be the one who was being the fake Barry Allen, right? Like, Barry Allen came back, everyone was happy, but Wally instantly was like, you ain't Barry Allen. And actually, Barry betrayed Wally, and Wally's like, no, you ain't Barry Allen at all. So, he looked into this, and it was the Reverse Flash, the deadliest foe of the Flash. And this issue number 79 of this series, right? What we saw was Reverse Flash, like, reveal his origin, how he's from the 25th century, he was a fan of the Flash, but when he went back in time, he found out he was destined to become the villain of the Flash, the greatest villain of the Flash, and that he'd die by pretty much his big, like, idol's hand, right? Imagine somebody you look up to so much, but you find out you're gonna be their villain, and they're gonna kill you. Like, that is just such a big revelation to him. So he tries to pretty much come up with the identity of him being Barry Allen. He actually believed himself to be Barry Allen. So he wasn't actually fooling anybody. He actually believed in his trickery, right? But still, he did that. And for those who were confused about, wait, did Reverse Flash die at Barry's hands? Like, it says that in the story, but Barry, like, snapped his neck, like, a couple storylines before. Yes. But it's explained the issue that Reverse Flash, well, this isn't the one that we're used to, right? This is actually one that just went back in time, right? It's a different Reverse Flash. Well, technically, right? Technically a different, but still the same guy, right? But still, it's interesting, and it's a really good take on the character. I like it. Mark Waid writes him very well, like his dialogue's great, how he tries to torment Wally West, but at the end when Wally West gets the upper hand on him, you can see Reverse Flash just in terror, as he's like transported back to his timeline. It's really good storytelling. Now, Wally, big thing about him in this storyline is he finally comes into his own as being the Flash. Throughout this storyline, actually ever since the Born to Run story, his like reboot origin story of after Crisis on Infinite Earths, we saw Wally kind of keep looking up to Barry, but he like pales in comparison to him. He wasn't a great Flash. But finally in the storyline, you see him use his mind. He gets connected to the speed, like he's running. And he finally beats the Reverse Flash. And he notices that, okay, Barry was a great Flash. He was my mentor. But I'm something else. I came into my own, and I can protect the twin cities of Central and Keystone. It shows how great of a character Wally is. And this storyline is really the one that made everyone a Wally West fan. Because after this, there's a lot of great storylines, but this is the one that when you ask somebody, hey, I won't really get to Wally West, alright? In my opinion, this is the storyline that you should tell them about, alright? If somebody wants to get into the character, tell them about this one, Born to Run. But, like, Born to Run is a great storyline, but I say I prefer this one more. Because, one, you got Reverse Flash in it, that's already a plus. You got Jay Garrick, Max Mercury, and Giant Quick, all the nostalgia there. Throughout the storyline, you saw them teaming up with Wally, that was great. But most of all, just the ending of Wally getting like a statue for himself, a Flash statue. Him having a girlfriend, Linda Park, who's another great character, and him having like a stable life of being a hero and just having a good life. And like leaving the past, like that Barry's dead, behind. He's been pulled back by this notion that Barry's dead and can't live up to his mentor this entire storyline. But he's past that now. There's a big character arc here that Mark Waid excels at. He really writes it very well, right? And yeah, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. The artwork is fantastic, the writing's amazing, and it's definitely one of the best Flash stories of all time. And that's why I'm going to give this entire storyline, The Return of Barry Allen, a 10 out of 10, guys. A 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece, and mainly because it's finished. Up till, like, issue number 79, the other, like, I think 4 or 5 parts of the storyline, it was great. It was really good. But I feel like the finishing, the conclusion to the storyline, this extra-sized issue, 54-page issue number 79, just brought it home, guys. We had epic fights, we had a big conclusion, we had all these character arcs come to an end, and it set up the future of the series. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys want more Flash content, give this video a big like, a bunch of likes, alright? Give a lot of likes, share it with your friends, because I really want more Flash fans on this channel. And if these videos do better, then I'll keep going on this series. We'll continue with another storyline, which I won't reveal next. I'll probably do a poll in the community tab, and you guys can choose, alright? Which Wally West Flash story do you guys want next? But yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts on this storyline down below. What would you rate The Return of Barry Allen out of 10? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Is it one of your favorite Flash storylines of all time? And actually, which Flash do you like better? Barry, Wally, Jay Garrick? You guys tell me down below. And guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Wally West Flash video. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.